How are you?
Okay, I gotta go. Hi, Diane.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Hi.
How are you? Hi, Shelley.
Hi.
Hello, Mindy darling.
How are you, Dorothy and Diane?
You want to talk?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you, Elle?
Okay.
Hi, Shelley. Hi, Marcia. Hi, Mindy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hercules.
Camera.
Huh?
So let me get into the camera.
Yes, you're in the camera. Hi, Mr. Henry. We see you.
There he is. Oh, there's Henry.
And there's Henry. And there's Henry.
Dorothy.
And there's Henry.
Is Henry working from home these days? What is he doing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's driving you crazy?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
he's all right. I'm driving him crazy. And I love
Do
every
we have
minute.
to be on the camera?
You do not have to be on the camera.
Hi,
You
kids.
can do whatever you want.
Because I'll scare you if I was on the camera. Meditation.
I don't know. I got to go get my hair done. I can't
I've been
be on
cutting
the
mine. I've been cutting my own. Little every day.
I need my lady. I
Well,
need big time
I'm my
help.
lady.
Not alone.
I'm my own lady. I'm getting ready to need a dye job, man. I got a lot of grays coming in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, no, they're just long. They're just coming out the top of my head, and they're just spreading out. They're long. They're not like through the roots. I don't get it. Just out of the crown of my head. That's all they're coming from. I'm not plucking them no more.
You'd be bald.
Look, that hurts.
No, I don't.
It does.
But yeah, I don't have much hair, so I can't keep plucking them. So I don't know if Diane's going to go on a headset or not, because this computer doesn't talk very loud.
Oh.
Yeah, it'd be
So
easy.
you have a headset?
Huh?
You have a headset?
Oh yeah, I got it all. Anything she needs, I got. I got a fan that goes around your neck too, but she don't like it.
That probably feels weird.
I'll show you.
Seeing nobody's on, I have to go to the dentist.
Oh no, what happened?
My crown came off.
Ay. So what did your dentist say?
She can give me a temporary on Monday. But it's kind of nice. You have to wear a mask outside anyway, so.
Okay. So everybody,
Which is nice.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if they're
can
gonna.
y'all see this?
That's the only.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys?
They wear it around your head.
If you're quiet, you can stay. If you're not quiet, you have to go.
You turn it on,
They're looking at me.
and it fans you down when it's hot.
Cool.
You jog with it. Yeah, they work.
Penny.
Well, they're charging now, but.
I have a question.
Oh, there you go.
What's your question?
I would like to donate some money, but I don't have a bank account. So how do I go by giving some money?
Well, if you'd like to, you go to the website and you can make like a donation, and you can use a credit card if you want. Is that what you mean?
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's a good problem to have.
Lean back.
Yeah. Okay.
Did George go to work today?
No, he's going to work right now, setting me up for.
So he's working from the house.
He's working from the house.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Mitty, have you been doing your homework?
Working from home, or is he going in?
Yep.
What'd you say, Marcia?
Have you been doing your homework?
Which part?
Zoom.
Oh my God, she's always on me.
Mhm.
I did not do anything today, I confess. Wednesdays are a busy day. I know, I should have set it up today on the phone to see, but we don't need it for us, and it's a small group. We're a small group. Everybody wants to be outside, I think.
It's pretty out there.
It's pretty out there.
It's real pretty. I was out for my 20 minutes, a little
You ever
early.
tried meditating outside?
You know what? It's been too cold for me to
I
meditate.
agree. It's
outside.
cold.
But I was out there for 20 minutes in the sun, and it felt really good.
You
Okay.
could have meditated then.
Great.
Yeah, you can meditate outside, but some people find it very distracting between the sounds and the air and the wind and the this and the that. So,
But that makes it better. You can meditate better that way. To me, it seems like.
I took a picture of a beautiful tree that I have. I have a cherry blossom out there. And but it's like the blooms last a day before it's gone. So I'm getting documented proof of my cherry blossom. Really pretty. It's just ready.
they're so pretty. The trees are so pretty right now.
I know.
There's a lot of pretty colors right now.
Mhm.
So, yeah. All right. Any questions or preferences for meditating today?
Nothing really.
Has
Nothing
anything
really.
come up? Has anyone been doing their homework?
Yes.
Diane, have you been doing your homework?
Which Mindy or which
No.
home?
Your meditation
oh.
homework.
Oh yeah, I've been meditating using this technique, the mindfulness.
Yeah? You like it?
It feels good, but it's still, I'm telling you, in the morning, it's just a lot easier to lie down and do my
Yeah.
the old way. But my 3 o'clock is always this one now. Feels
Yeah.
good.
It's always easier to go to the mantra. The mantra is always easier.
Mhm.
I don't want to call it mindless, but it's really, you have the mantra, you say it to yourself over and over again, and it's a nice anchor.
Right.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
I don't think so either. There sure is a lot of talk about meditation now, isn't there?
There's
It
a
seems
lot.
like everyone's talking about it.
Well, we have the time to do it now. I was just listening to a podcast. It's a woman's podcast on, what do they call it? Here, it's called the Resilience Summit. And there's a whole, I can send you Marianne Williamson. Are you guys familiar with her?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's going to be speaking on it as well. So I'll send you that.
Thank you.
I think that'll be kind of cool. We are getting the benefit of all these free sessions.
I know it.
High level people right now. So do you want to practice with any mudras today or no?
No.
Diane, you don't want
We can do the mudras.
Diane says no.
You just said no? Okay. No. I'll go for no.
Start with no, Diane. Maybe later.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last time we did breath awareness, sensation in the body, and senses, using our 5 senses. I've been working on this wheel of awareness with Dan Siegel. So the next quadrant is working on what he calls mind activities, such as emotions, thoughts, intentions. It could be a dream, but it's the mind's activity. So let's start with just a brief practice on reviewing what we've done. I guess I'm going to put you guys on mute because I'm hearing static.
Okay.
Mute.
Okay.
Oh, now everybody's. All right, we should be good now. All right, so let's find your seat where you're comfortable. And if you're more comfortable lying down, you can do that too. Just know that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it's really easy to fall asleep. And let's just focus on this seat and this breath as it is without trying to change it. So allowing your eyelids to softly close, or perhaps you're taking a soft gaze, allowing light to come through. Whether your eyes are open or closed, you may notice light. That's our sense of seeing. Draw attention to anything the body may be touching at this moment. The hips on the cushion or the chair. Where are the legs and the knees and the feet in space? Hands may be touching thighs or down by your side. Feel the air on your face. And notice what happens as you tune into your senses. And as you let the breath go, just as it is. Perhaps you notice through your sense of smell a certain aroma, or not. Or through the sense of taste. Perhaps you notice taste in your mouth. It's always there, we just don't always notice it. And then there's hearing. And in the spring, even if we're inside, we might hear a faucet or water running, or footsteps, or perhaps birds chirping. We're just noticing these sounds as sounds rather than labeling them as good or bad. Being with our senses, smelling, tasting, feeling, seeing. perhaps one sense feels more prominent to you. Sounds are often very comforting for people, or they serve as a nice anchor in meditation, the breath or hearing, or both sounds and breath, because we can often hear our breath. It's subtle, but it's there, depending upon our breathing pattern. And if we start this practice of open awareness, where we allow the mind to go from one to the next, notice how the mind shifts perhaps from one sense to the next. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching. The nature of the mind is to shift from one thought to the next. So it would make sense that it would shift from one sense to the next. And we could draw the intention for the next minute that we just focus on sound. See how that is for you. What sounds are coming into your awareness at this moment? Are the sounds constant? Do they come and go? What's the nature of the mind as it focuses on sound? What is there to learn as we focus on sound? And slowly letting this meditation float by, perhaps opening and closing your eyes a few times, and coming back to this space. Get my little bowl here. Right here. How was that meditation for you?
It was good.
Any
Horrible.
questions, comments? Wait, what did I hear? Hard?
Horrible.
Horrible.
Why? Why?
Because I don't know, I lost connection and my eyes was closed. So I'm meditating. I don't hear you anymore. And I open my eyes and it's like it lost connection.
I love your background. I love your baby.
See, you know what? Now I'm on my iPhone.
But you lost connection. We've been having
was
some
on my
connection
iPad,
issues today.
Then I
Yeah,
went
there's
to
been.
I was on my laptop, then I went to the iPad, lost connection, and now I'm on my iPhone.
Okay, so I'm curious. All right, we were meditating. You realized that you were losing connection, and then what happened?
No, because my eyes was closed, and I was just concentrating on the breath. And then it was a long time, and I'm like, okay, Minnie's not saying, let me look. And I open my eyes, and it's like, it's gone. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even in the meeting. I missed everything. I'm mad.
Oh, what did you miss? So
Everything.
It's an interesting practice. So you were very aware, you were listening, and you realized, right?
Right.
You weren't
Right.
out in some trance, you were actually present.
Right.
And not that anything is good or bad, but it's just something to notice. And then, what is the purpose of mindfulness? It's to look at what our response was. So what was the response? Oh, she's gone.
Disappointment for me.
Disappointment.
I was disappointed because I missed.
Alert from Malwarebytes agent.
Oh my God! Now that
Version update available.
Oh my gosh!
So that's just something interesting to look at without commentary, that there was disappointment.
Yes.
I'm wearing my
How did
husband's.
disappointment feel in your body? Then we go to what was the sensation of disappointment in the body? Because now we're getting into emotions.
Anxiety.
Anxiety. And where do you feel? Now everybody's going to answer this different. Where do you feel anxiety in your body?
My heart.
Mm-hmm.
My mind and my thoughts.
Okay, so you feel the sensation of fear in your heart.
Yes. I had a rough night, so I really needed this meditation, and so I was a little disappointed when I lost connection. Yeah.
But you're back with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just good to notice that. It's really good to know that. That's part of this whole process. Meditation gives us a time to kind of reintegrate, which is one of the reasons I like this wheel of the wheel of fortune, right? The wheel of awareness, because the main purpose is to reintegrate the brain and the different parts of the brain. And really, it's our life experience that we're reintegrating. It's the executive functioning parts of the brain, the emotions, the amygdala, the fear, and they tend to disconnect. So when we meditate, we're actually kind of threading them back together again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the process. And that's when you said, I really need this meditation, that you know that you need it to help you.
I need that connection. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. So now so the reason I asked the question of where do you feel it in your body is because that's where we consistently go with mind-body practices. We are asking ourselves, where do we feel it in our body? so that we're always drawing back to the body. The body is the tool here. It's the vessel of mindfulness, right? We got that we're connecting the breath, the mind, and the body together. So when we say we have a certain adjective or an emotion, then we want to go in and notice where do we feel it in the body, because there's a real big impact between what we're feeling and what happens to our body because of it. There's that connection. So now let's do a brief scan of the body to check in, how's the body doing today, and to notice any sensations that we might notice. So we will enter the body scan. So allowing yourself to be comfortable. For the body scan, you can stand, you can sit, or you can lie down. So choosing which one is best for you. And we will begin the body scan. Being in this body, at this moment, at this very present moment. Bringing our sensation to our head, our scalp, the bones and muscles in our head. Notice any sensations. The forehead, the ears, in between the ears, the nose, the jaws, the upper and lower jaws, the tongue inside the mouth, perhaps touching the upper lower palate, the teeth. Moving attention down to the neck. So the neck spine and those muscles in the neck, strong muscles holding the head. Sides of the neck, the front and back of the neck, the inside of the neck. Awareness traveling to the shoulders, the shoulder girdles, the two blades in the back of the body, the top of the shoulders, and then down the arms. The arms fit into the shoulder socket, the upper arms. Literally feeling the bones in your arms and your hands. And the space in between the joints and the fingers, the wrists and the elbows. Notice sensation in the body. Is it hollow? Is it heavy? Does it feel spacious? These are just questions as you think about, rather you feel sensation in the body. Traveling down the spine to the ribs, and the hips. that are touching whatever you are sitting or lying on. And then moving the focus forward through the pelvic bowl with awareness on the internal abdominal organs, small and large intestine, colon, the bladder, gallbladder, liver, kidneys, the respiratory organs, your lungs, sensing your heart and your sternum, the cave of the heart. Feeling the collarbone from one side to the other as though it's a one big smile across your chest. Then awareness travels down into your leg bones, your upper legs, your knees, your lower legs and feet, and the 5 toes on each feet. Draw your mind's eye towards this area. Notice any sensations, whatever they may be. Now focusing on the body as a whole. Sensation in the body as a whole. From the top of the head, traveling down through the arms and the spine, into the hips and legs and feet. Be right here in this body. In this body, at this moment. Now. Slowly coming back to this present moment. How was this body scan for you?
For me, refreshing.
How so? How did that feel refreshing?
Happy. Like a release, a frustration release. So that makes me happy.
Where did you feel the release in your body?
In my shoulders, my legs, and even in my mind, to let go and not judge, you know.
How do you think that the letting go transpired?
Because then I was able to receive good. I'm letting go negative and receiving good thoughts, you know, good energy. And that was refreshing. Especially when you had us to, like I imagine the smile across the collarbone.
Yeah, I love that.
Kind of smile. Yeah.
You can do a whole practice where you picture like smiling in your body. You know, not just your face. Of course, that's a wonderful, we say like an inner smile.
Yeah.
And, you could really picture it anywhere. The smile actually has some physiological properties to it from just smiling alone can change our mood. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now we're going to do a meditation using emotions. So this is, in this wheel of awareness, the first quadrant is using our senses. So we did that in the beginning. And then what we just did was the body scan, which is inner sensations.
Okay.
Now what we're going to do is more what you would call the activities of the mind. So these include emotions, thoughts, memories, beliefs, dreams, hopes, desires, attitudes. So you're just going to notice them. You're just becoming aware of what enters your mind. And just invite it in. Don't try to push it away, just let it be. So what we're going for is the activities of the mind. This is your focus. It's more of an open awareness. Whatever comes up, comes up. You don't need to direct it. The mind has, what do we say? The mind has a mind of its own. So allow to whatever comes to the forefront to just come, just notice it. All right, we'll mute you guys. I think you're all muted. All right. So being in this moment, in this body, with the focus on the mind's activities. In this seat, noticing any thoughts, being with any emotions, longings, dreams, desires, likes and dislikes. The mind can be very busy. So you're drawing your awareness to whatever the mind tends to place its focus on at that moment. What are the mind's activities? Thoughts. Thoughts about the past. Thoughts about the future. Memories, predictions, forecasting. The mind's activities. And what's coming up now? What's the activity of the mind at this moment? And we're going to pause. So for the second part of this portion, you've focused on the activities of the mind. Now I want you to focus on what's the nature of how they come and they go. So kind of watch the story of how they come into your awareness and they leave from one activity to the next. So your focus is more on awareness of the mind's activity. You're now aware of your mind's activity from one thought, emotion, desire to the next. So in this brief meditation, focusing on activities of the mind, in particular, how they come and go, how they enter the mind once they're there, and then they leave. So aware of the activities of the mind and their story. Remembering there's no good or bad. There's no right or wrong answer to this. This is purely for your own information, wisdom, integration of the different parts of the brain. Thoughts, dreams, intentions, emotions. What's their pattern? Is there a pattern? How do they come and go into your awareness? So how was that for you? The first part was paying attention to activities of the mind and being aware of the activities of the mind in terms of thoughts, emotions, desires, intentions, and so forth. And then the second part was to draw your awareness to how these mental activities come and go. What's their story?
We're all still muted, Mindy.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait, are you sure? Okay,
I'm unmuted. but-
Okay.
And Marcia is. All right, Pam.
I don't
Peggy.
think I am.
There, Shelley, you're unmuted. Okay, so,
Diane and Debbie are the only two.
oh, Diana's, okay. So, tell me now, I don't know if you heard me or not, but so the first part was just attuning to different thoughts, emotions, activities of the mind. And then the second part of the meditation was to pay attention to how these activities of the mind come and go and what is the nature of them. Do they get replaced with another one immediately? Is there space in between? Did you notice how it was for you if there was space in between? Were they repetitive? Did they arise and quickly go? Did they stay and repeat themselves? What was the nature of the mind's activities?
I must have a really simple mind. I didn't bounce around that much. You know, it's like I have little sticky notes all over the place saying stay present.
Oh, do you? That's hilarious. That's cute. That's the new artwork.
I noticed it was very, very relaxing.
Really?
Yes. Again, not bouncing around or antsing or jumping up and down like I normally am.
Wow. Do you think, do you think it's because this is the third or fourth meditation today? Is that?
No, I was pretty calm on the first one too. I noticed a big difference compared to last week, but I've been practicing too.
Well, that's awesome. I mean, you never know what you're going to enter. You could be a meditator who's been meditating for 15 years and sit down and go, oh my, like my mind is everywhere, right? Something comes into our mind and then we can't get it out, and so it may repeat. Did anyone notice repetitive thoughts?
Me.
Yeah?
No.
No, Diane?
Oh. No.
Nice and calm. We just never know.
My mind.
I
all
notice,
the
I
time.
don't notice thoughts, I notice sounds. And when I hear sounds, I just bring it back to the breath and being calm.
Mm-hmm.
And it just
Okay.
brings me back to relaxation again.
Okay. So that is a strategy.
Hmm.
This strategy is to just notice without doing that, but you can do that. That's your practice.
Right, because I don't want it to go past, because then if I focus on when I notice a sound, then it's going to be another sound and another sound. It'll be bouncing all around. So then I want to kind of bring it back to the center.
Okay. That's okay, but that's one strategy. But in this kind of practice, you can let it go and be aware that the mind is going from one thing to the next. If you want, right? If you want to give up that control. The question is, do you want to let the mind go and be aware of where it goes? Or do you want to keep redirecting it to the breath? Those are two different strategies.
Okay.
I just want to draw the distinction. I'm not saying one is better than the other.
Right. And I think I'll do that next time. I'll let it go and see how far it goes.
It may just go from one thought to the, what typically happens is the mind goes from one thing to the next. I mean,
Right.
maybe it doesn't this time of day because this is kind of a nice low time of day for people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where it's going to go, but the practice is to become more aware. So you took Schubiner's class when we did the open awareness,
Right. Yeah.
spacious awareness. So it's similar to that.
Okay.
Allowing whatever comes into your mind to come in, notice it, and then let it go from one thing to the next. And what we're doing is becoming aware of awareness.
Okay. Okay.
So with this wheel of awareness, I don't know if you can see this. This is Dan Siegel's wheel of awareness that I've been practicing quite a bit. And so the first part, the first quadrant is the first 5 senses, and then we have body sensations, so the inner sensations. So the senses are coming from external, right? The seeing, tasting, hearing. Then the inside is the body sensations. Then the quadrant we just did was on, and I don't think we did it in the prior weeks, is on emotions and thoughts and awareness of them. And what we're doing eventually when we get to that area is we're becoming aware of our awareness. Now, he's kind of got an interesting analogy here. So you have the outer rim and then the inside of the hub. So you can think of a wheel. So the outer wheel, the rim of the wheel is all the knowns. So those are the sensations, the senses, the emotions, and then we haven't gotten to this last one yet. But so the outside of it is all those things you can know, but the inside is actually your inner knowing. It's the hub of awareness. So over time, we become more and more aware of this hub, which is pretty powerful. And it can take you into another state. I'm going to use the analogy of there's like heavy water, right? Or you're in the ocean and the waves are going. So when you're on the surface of the water, you're feeling the turbulence. But then what happens as you go down? It's calmer. The deeper we go, the less we're feeling those waves. And that's kind of what happens with the thought patterns and the thought waves. And when we get through the whole wheel of awareness in one practice, it can really change your mind state, is what I've noticed. He tested this wheel of awareness on over 10,000 people now. It's Dr. Dan Siegel, and he's also a mindfulness guru. He's studied this quite a bit, very renowned. And what I like about his practice is that he's integrating in different mindfulness practices into one, which he calls the wheel. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. I just like how he's integrated this together. So let's do, for the last session, or last part of our session, let's do the 4th quadrant. So now you'll have a better sense of what is that 4th quadrant. I don't want to leave you with the mystery of that. You'll just be wondering, though you can look it up, so that you get an idea of what this whole wheel is. So we had the senses from outside, then we had our internal sensations, then we had our mind activities. Now we're going to connection with others. So we connected within, now we're going to connect with others, and I will talk you through this. So this is where your sense of connection to the outside of your body. So going back inward, Drawing your awareness back inside. And this is a sort of meta meditation where you're sending loving kindness to the external world. So first drawing your attention to those that are close to you. So in your proximity, either in your house or very nearby. So physically close to you. And bring
Can you
your
mute us?
Oops, sorry.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
Kat. Yes, I'm gonna mute you. Okay, so focusing your awareness on people who are physically close to you. And perhaps you send loving kindness to them, or just notice your connection to them. And then expanding your awareness to others that are further away, more distant, outside of your house, but perhaps in your family. Connecting to those who are further away from you, but you might feel close to them, such as friends or family members. And send loving kindness to them. So when we do a meditation, we often say things to ourselves such as, may you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be at ease. You can add in your own words. And now expanding awareness to perhaps people you work with or parts of your external community and to different members within your community that you have a connection to in some way. And you can send them thoughts of metta, which is loving kindness. May you be peaceful. May you be of comfort in your body. May you be at ease. And then perhaps you expand your awareness even larger to your whole state, or the country, or the universe, with these same types of loving thoughts. And perhaps it is with a smile right in the center of your heart. Or you can even lift the corners of your mouth as you say this. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be at ease. May you know love. This could be to your neighborhood, your city, your country, your state, your whole universe. As you send out connection of loving kindness You're connecting through your loving kindness. You're sending out good energy. And most importantly, send loving kindness to yourself. May I be at peace. May I be comfortable. May I be happy. Place words that feel right to you as you try to connect with yourself and others. And notice the sensation of sending yourself loving thoughts. May I be at peace. May I be happy. May I be happy. May I know love. So,
Thank you, Mindy.
how was that?
Wonderful.
That's the last quadrant. That's a very nice practice to do, you know. I used to think it was awkward and contrived. And then the more I learned and thought about it, sometimes the more we say it, the more we start feeling it or believing it. And for me, you know, I learned the hardest thing was for me to say it to myself, which is often the case. I don't know if any of you noticed that. And sending the connection outward to the world feels good, especially in this world right now that really needs it.
Really.
So what makes it awkward for you when you do it to yourself? Because for me, when I say may I, it's like an inner and outer embracement that I feel.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to receiving.
Okay.
And when I first read about meditation, I thought, this is weird, me sitting here sending everybody these thoughts and saying it over and over again like this. It just didn't feel natural to me. It felt contrived. But then when I realized you could put in your own words, and there's a certain process sometimes you go through and you say it to somebody who you really love. So the words come out really easy for you because you just adore them. And then you might try to send it to someone who you're not as close with. And how is that? And then you might, there's the practice of sending it to somebody that perhaps you've had some type of disagreement with, which is the most challenging.
That's the hardest.
That's hard. That's hard. But so this practice is preparation for, you know, transforming our thought patterns. That's pretty powerful.
It really is.
It is. And for me, I guess I'm a strong believer of power of the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, I kind of connect that with metta, you know, power of the tongue. You know, it's like you're speaking it in the universe.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Miles is up here. He hear you. He came up here. He's beside me.
Oh, Miles. What would it be without Miles?
And he's facing the other TV, but you're not on because you're right here.
That's too funny. All right, so your homework is to pick one of these, you know, like by the way, the Wheel of Awareness is online. He's very open to people looking at it, and there's free recordings on it if you're curious. And I'm happy to point you in that direction. So just kind of sit with, you know, what meditation feels right for you in this moment. Do you want to commit to a particular type, or are you still in that exploration stage, which is all good. At some point, we do want to find like a regularity or a continuity of practice. And it could be the breath practice. And it could be the body scan kind of practice, or it could be this whole wheel of awareness. The whole wheel of awareness can be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It's kind of there's different lengths of them. So you don't go, oh no, I can't do an hour every day. You don't have to do an hour every day. All right. Any questions or anything?
No.
No,
I'm
right. Thank you.
Well, enjoy. Thanks for joining me today. Enjoy this gorgeous day, the blue sky. Soak it in.
Yes, it was very nice. As
All
usual.
right.
Thank you.
And
Take
we'll need
care,
it.
everyone.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
George.